Welcome back to your Millennial Group Therapy Session, BOMP After Dark Edition with your host, Steph and
Morgs.
And we are excited for tonight's episode because
So
we are
excited.
going to be talking and rating and doing all the things Taylor Swift and her new album.
All things Taylor.
All things. So.
And I fucking love it. And our audience just needs to know that
Yes,
we both stayed up till midnight just to listen to a few songs.
Yes.
But we also have not discussed with each other our favorites or really anything about the new album.
We have been very secretive because I told Morgan I wanted this to be like the first time we talked about it.
And I'm stressing. I've been stressing for days.
All like literally for the last, this is Saturday,
2
so
days?
the last 2 days, I've just been like, I can't really talk to anyone about this because nobody else has actually listened. And I try to say something to Joe and he's like, I do not care. And I'm like, okay, well, he liked Taylor Swift back like in the day when 1989 was a thing. And then when things started to get more sappy, he's like, I'm not here for this. Which, like,
Corey was a trooper. So. Yeah, Corey was a trooper this week because we were both working from home on Friday.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
And we share, like, his desk is right there and mine is here. Mm-hmm. And I did not put in headphones. I need to hear it in full form, you know?
Yes.
I had it playing on the thing right next to me. And I was like, Corey, this one's supposedly about Kim Kardashian. I'm like, I'm prepping him with each of the songs.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And then even today, I was like, oh, these two might be about Travis Kelce. Like, I'm like giving him the tea.
But see, I needed that because I'm like, I don't know any of this. I am like the Taylor Swift fan who's just like here for the musicality of it. Like, I want to listen to it. I want to see, like, am I going to listen to this 15 times on repeat until I make myself sick of it? Or am I going to skip past it? And it's really interesting because when Morgan and I first started listening to the album on Thursday night, I started making notes of just like songs that like stuck out to me and then other ones that I was like iffy about. And it's funny because after listening to them again and again, I'm like, oh, this song that I was kind of about, like I actually really like. Yeah. And then this song that I thought I really liked, I'm like, about. But,
see,
you know?
I know. I feel like I made my notes too, and I committed to the cause.
That is why you're here, though. See, Morgan is a lot more of a Swiftie than I am, and she knows all the theories and conspiracies and anything that you need to.
Deep into the Taylor Swift
I truly had no idea that the one song that was "Thank You, Amy" was about Kim Kardashian. I'm over here like, why the fuck's it look like that?
Right.
Like, why is this one written like that? I'm like, why? Like, what was the point? But like, I don't look for the Easter eggs like Morgan does. So that is why.
I could easily spiral into like an abyss of trying to figure out all the things. But honestly, I just enjoy listening to every single theory. And I am the number one cheerleader of all of the Taylor Swift TikToks. I'm like, yes, queen.
Like,
let's clown. Let's fucking clown about this idea because I believe you. I believe all of them. I'm like, this is a great theory. This is a great theory.
And that's the thing. Your TikTok is definitely like Taylor forward, and like mine is just all over the fucking place. Like I get some Taylor Swift things, I get some fashion things, I get some shit about like, I don't know, candy. I have like the most wildest array of things on TikTok, and I'm like, I only know these things because you'll send them to me, and I'm like, oh, interesting. So. Yeah. It will be really fun to dissect the album, especially if you are a Swiftie. Morgan will definitely be your gal for that. And if you're not and you're more like me, then I'll be your gal to go over what I thought was fun and what I thought I could do without type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, actually, now that you say that, I didn't put like I don't like this list.
Oh, I didn't so I didn't make an I don't like this, but I will say that there are songs that when I look through the album, I'll tell you like this one I definitely skipped over. Like I listened to it, but then at a certain point I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is about. I'm feeling very repetitive vibes, and I'm just like, am I into it? I might be into it in a year from now. I don't know. A lot of songs from her past that I even have written down as like my top songs, I didn't like the first time I listened to them. Right. So it's like funny because I mean, and we'll get into this, but when Taylor Swift became Taylor Swift, we were in high school. I'll never forget. And like the first song that like really was viral was the "Our song is the slam screen doors," and I legitimately remember being in class and people were obsessed with that, and I was like, I hate this so much.
Right.
I hated that song. It was so annoying to me.
We didn't, like, at that time too, we didn't listen to country. Like,
no, and that's what she was. At the time, she was country. And so that was not our vibe whatsoever. And when everyone was like obsessed with it, I was like, this is fucking terrible. I never want to listen to this ever. Like, I am not a Swiftie. I don't like Taylor Swift. I'll never like Taylor Swift. But then there was a turning point, and I'll get into like,
I already know.
We all know. But my
everyone has
probably probably the album that made me become a Swiftie was 1989. I have that album somewhere. Don't know where it is. Yep. Have no clue where it is. Literally, I remember buying it with Angelica so that we could road trip with it in the car. That's when CD players still existed in cars.
Yep.
And I'll never forget, that was like the album that turned me into a Taylor Swift fan. And there were so many songs on there. And what's funny is, like, when we made our list of our favorite songs from each album, I only really have like 2 from there. Although I probably could say the entire album I enjoy. That's one album that I could listen to every song and be like perfectly okay with.
No skips.
No skips whatsoever.
I know.
But it's just, it's funny because that is what changed my mindset on it and on her as a person. Because I was like, ooh, this is more my vibe. I like the poppy, like all of this. But again, I don't deep dive into like, oh my gosh, what are her lyrics about? Oh my gosh, what are these Easter eggs? I like Morgan to tell me this stuff. And then I'm like, oh, that is so interesting. But I'm not the girl to find that information out.
We're going to have probably, most likely, another After Dark, probably, because I'm not going to spiral. There's going to be stuff. And Sam, she's the true queen. She also gives me the stuff. And for the people listening, if you didn't know, I ended up at the Eras tour in Tampa literally a year ago. Because of April. Sam. Yeah, it was like a last minute kind of like, I was like, hey, if you have an extra, like, keep me in mind. But like, I'm not fighting the children for a ticket, you know? Like, I'm not doing it. Not children, but everyone.
Yeah.
Because it was
literally
crazy.
The entire world.
So she's the true queen. We'll have her on. She can give us all the tea because
the
spice.
I was gonna say, did you, because I feel like the concert was really like a big turning point for you and your love for Taylor Swift recently. I feel like you liked her, but I don't know if you like liked her music and her the way that you do now.
Correct. I went through a phase. So one of my roommates in college was obsessed, heavy obsessed. So I knew Fearless, Speak Now, Red, like before, like in a little bit of 1989, but I kind of like fell off there for a minute with like Rep and Lover, and then Folklore and Evermore in 2020. Your girl was not mentally stable enough to listen to that. So like, I didn't listen to those until before the concert last year, which is absolutely insane. And then Midnights, we were all kind of like hyping Midnights up because it had been like a bit.
Really good. Yeah, and that was a really good album.
So obviously then I fucking
we went 0 to 100.
Skirting myself off the cliff and into Taylorland, and I love it, and I'm not mad.
No, here for it.
Yeah, that's how the journey began. It was more, I was early Swiftie, which a lot of other people
kind of fell off. And I feel like, a lot of people, I mean, there's definitely people who have been like Swifties from day one, which like,
for sure,
kudos to you. I just never could have gotten into the country because back then that was not it for me. Nowadays, I'll listen to country, depending on the country. I'm still not like hardcore country, but give me some like more pop country, I suppose is what you want to call it. Sure, by all means, but
I love it.
So, do we want to get into our top songs of each era, so to speak?
Let's do it. Let's do it. And
so
also, for the fans, we have not discussed this either.
Yeah,
so
all
this
these
is
things.
Exciting.
Yes, this is actually very exciting. I was telling Morgan today, I'm like, I'm so excited to talk today because we haven't talked about anything because it's been so secretive.
I know.
Because I thought it would be more fun this way. Like,
oh my God.
First impressions on what we picked, and also to see like how similar do we think about songs,
I'm
or
like,
how
this
different
is
are we I'm so interested.
Let's take people on the full journey of like what we like from each album, because then
because it will really make
correlate.
I think it will, from what I've picked and what I like from the current album that just came out. I feel like it makes sense personally, but
we'll
see.
I'm curious too.
And you're gonna dive from what my first song is, because
you're gonna dive with what my first song is about. Because what is it? Debut
our song? No, mine's
no.
And I just said how much I hated that fucking song. I literally was like, I hated that song growing up, and now, like, if I listen to that whole album, that's the one that sticks out to me and I like the most.
See, I put Teardrops on my guitar,
and that was a top contender too for me, because I do like both of those.
Deep down, I'm a sappy sap, like deep, heavy.
But I was like, it was hard for me because I was like, okay, I just want to I really want to try and pick one song, but then it got way too hard to just pick one song. And so I was really between Our Song and Teardrops on My Guitar, and there was one other one that I was like, ooh, this could be like
to Burn.
It might have been. Yeah, it might have been.
That's a good one.
And I was like, there's like so many, but I was like, you know what? I feel like every time I hear Our Song, like I want to sing along.
Sing along, yeah.
I went to a cycle class. Sorry, let me just put this in here. I went to a Taylor Swift themed cycle class when I was cycling back in 2019, 2020, before COVID happened.
Yes.
And that class actually probably reawoken my love for Taylor Swift music. And that was what made me go back and listen to those, because it was a lot of her older albums.
Right.
And I was like, wow. I actually really like these songs now, because I didn't give them a chance prior.
Yeah.
So I think that was also where my love for it came from.
I'm so glad.
That
makes my heart happy. Okay.
Off to a great start.
What about Fearless?
So
what did you
put, funny enough, Fearless and You Belong With Me, because I love that song.
I put Fearless. If I had to do a second one, which I was trying to tone it down to one, but
I know,
as we go on, it's not. But I would have put Love Story.
I do love Love Story too. Also a really good one. It is a very cute one. I do love that.
And I just remember in high school, one of our friends was obsessed with it, and I remember that, and that warms my heart. You know, I know. I'll go
memories.
Into it later.
Good,
but
nostalgic. Love that. All right. What did you put for Speak Now?
Okay.
Speak Now.
I have 3. Obviously.
I have 2 for Speak Now, so
I'm probably a Speak Now big stan. Haunted.
Oh.
And then
I did not put that.
What a bop. the Eras tour, really, when she started singing Long Live.
Uh-huh.
Also,
see, and that was another one that I like, but I don't love.
Okay.
I like it. It's up there, but not my fave.
When we go again to Amsterdam to see her, I'm gonna be crying. No joke. And for honorable mention, because the re-record, Timeless. Did you listen to that one at the end?
That is, yes.
Again,
that is a good one.
Fucking crying, because
I was like, see, you got all the sappy ones.
I know.
Well, I do have sappy, but I have sappy and I have boppy. So Mean has always been one of my favorite, and that also was in the cycle class, and that made that. I just think back. I think it's just the memory, and I remember being damn, I want to do this every single freaking time. I just want to listen to Mean and work out, because it makes me want to go full throttle.
And
but
punch
that,
a bitch.
yes,
punch a bitch.
100%. That and Never Grow Up. But because of having children now, I feel like that song hits so much harder than it did back in the day.
True.
And I also can't even get through that song without wanting to bawl my eyes out. But I was this song definitely is top tier for me, just because of the life that I'm living currently.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I feel like it wouldn't be top if I didn't have babies. But because I have babies, I feel like that song really hits hard.
Yeah. I definitely avoid the sadness in that song, because I don't remember when she was touring this, whenever it was it must have been during the summer. She was doing the acoustic set during the tour, and I can't remember what other song she played the night she played Never Grow Up, and I was just fucking bawling, because I was up at who knows what fucking time, because I was just live streaming on someone's Twitch watching this concert, and because I'm actually a psycho, and I'll have to look it up, but was bawling. It might have maybe it was the Mother's Day one, and it was like the song about her mom. Dude, it was like both of them or something back to back, and I was like,
I'd be done. I'd be a puddle. I would be a puddle.
Fucking puddle. Okay.
Well,
what about Red?
Red is my song for Red. That's it.
Me
I just
too.
put that. That was it.
I put two other ones because I have no chill.
Well, go ahead, say it, because I would have put one other one, but I was like, I'll just stick it to Red because I feel like Red is like my fave.
I love Red.
No, I do too. Like, I will blast that shit all day long. Yeah. I love that song.
Underrated, I also feel.
Yes.
All Too Well 10-minute version.
Yes. See, that was the other one I was going to put, and I was like, I'll just keep it. I keep putting a lot of twos, but I'm like, I do really like All Too Well, though. I really do.
The third one I put, which I don't know if you, because you're not like in deep as me.
Yes.
But I Bet You Think About Me is
I do.
from Red.
I do know that song, yeah. I do know that song. And I listened to it because I did kind of listen to a couple of these, re-listened when I was making my list the other night.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, like some of these songs I forgot how much I enjoyed until I re-listened to them.
Right?
Like,
I also think a little bit of it is like the music video, and like Blake Lively was a part of the music video. Oh, yeah. And like Chris Stapleton, I think, is the one who's like featured on there. And it's like, I'm like, damn, like he fucking killed it. Like, anyways, yeah, that was like, I was like, damn, okay, all three. But yes, we Red, you know?
Red, number one, always. Yeah. All right, we have 1989. What you put?
I put All You Had to Do. I put two, of course. All You Had to Do is Stay. And then
that song hits hard.
Do love Suburban Legends from the re-release.
I don't know if I listened to that one fully.
See, I feel like I also
the re-release.
This is what's gonna happen with my
re-release. I listened to all of them, but some of them I definitely skimmed past because I'm like, I don't know if I can get behind this. But see, again, 1989 was my favorite album. Like, I picked two, but I could probably name like at least 5 that are like staple. Like 1989 songs. New Romantics will forever be my number one. I fucking love that song. I would blast that song over and over and over again in the car. One of my favorites. Wonderland, also one of my favorites. Fucking love that song.
It's a bop.
Wildest Dreams, also love that song.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could just keep going on. And that was 1989 was the album with Shake It Off and stuff too, right?
Yes.
And like those just, I think the thing with 1989 is they're fun songs, but they also take me back to my last year in college, which was probably one of the best years of college for me.
Yeah.
I just, like I made so many friends. I had such a great time. I was primarily single, which was great for me because I needed that after being in relationship after relationship in college. So like it was like the first year that I was like on my own. And I mean, Joe and I started dating at the end of that year, but it was kind of like just everything that led up to it. Yeah. I mean, it was like a good year. It was also a sad year because just like change in general, but
right.
I don't know. So that album always just like holds close to my heart. And those songs, there were a lot of songs on there that also like I definitely was going through like breakups and makeups and everything that year. And those songs like the All You Had to Do Was Stay.
Yeah.
Like, this song reminds me of this and this song reminds me of that. I'm like, listen, good shit. Always love that album forever and ever.
Oh my god, I know, it's a good one. Reputation.
Reputation. I actually really like that song too.
That is
probably up there, but Don't Blame Me, I really like that song.
That is
Don't
also
blame
what I
me
put.
Love made me crazy. Okay.
I definitely put that too, but I also
love that.
But like every song on the album. So
Reputation. The thing is, I need to like go back and truly listen to the whole album, but there are definitely a handful of songs on there that I really do enjoy. And that was another one that I definitely had a harder time. But I was like, no, if I had to pick one song, like Don't Blame Me, I freaking love that song.
Yeah. My favorite moment, one of them at the concert last year was her starting Are You Ready For It? Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
And Sam just turns to me and she goes, I don't know this. And I was like,
That is like one of my favorite songs.
Well, like she plays sports, she does the things, and I was like, what? I feel like this would be like your warm-up jam.
Right?
Like, are you ready for it?
Are you ready for it?
Like, so like I like think of that one a lot too.
That is also really
so funny.
That's the thing. You know what? No, Reputation does have a lot of great songs on it.
You gotta
like
go
it
back.
Truly does. Because I'm forgetting like all of those.
Listen, I'm like counting down every fucking clown town like of when it's coming out. At some point she will re-release. And
oh yes, 1000%.
I'm fucking ready for it.
I'm sure that will be. Honestly, I feel like that would be like the next one to get re-released. I feel.
Oh, girl, the theories run wild. I mean, and I'm not gonna get into it.
Yeah, I'm not here for the theories. I don't know the theories. I mean, I'm here for the theories. I just don't know the theories enough to be up to date with the theories. All right. Well, what'd you pick for Lover? Because I have so many on that album.
So I put The Man.
I do love that one
because that's real life. And Cruel Summer because fucking bop.
I love Cruel Summer.
And
I also hate Cruel Summer right now because Brielle needs to listen to it on repeat because she loves Taylor Swift, not Swift.
Aww.
She also called you Taylor Swift today. I forgot to tell you.
What an honor.
I know. You should feel honored. So I had like the music video on this morning, as you know.
Oh, yes.
And then after the music video, I guess something from like she had an interview way back in the day with Ellen. Like we're talking one of her first fucking interviews. And I go, Brie, do you know who that is on the TV? Because we had, just listened to the freaking song before. And she goes, Auntie Morks? And I'm like, sure. Auntie Morks is the 18-year-old Taylor Swift. So
oh my God.
Just thought you should know that.
I'm so honored.
I was like, yes, that's Auntie Morks. Do you know we would not be living here if that was Auntie Morks?
Right, exactly.
This would not be our current situation.
Absolutely agree.
It was just so funny because I was like, yes, Brie, sure. But no. That's the thing. Lover is like one of those albums that there are so many songs on. Like I love almost every single song on there. Another album that like I could listen to everything and really not skip over much. However, I did put Forgot That You Existed. I really like that song. I really do. I feel like it's an underrated song, but I truly enjoy it. Yeah. I like Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. Yes. Another one. I like Paper Rings. Like all of these freaking songs that I just feel like nobody like puts on. And I'm like, these are such good songs. Like, why doesn't anybody
Paper
like
Rings?
But fun. I do like The Man. I do like Cruel Summer. Like there's just so many. I could honestly just go down the list and be like, I like every single one of these. Right. So yeah, Lover is one of those that I have a really hard time picking like a 1 or 2 or even 3 for that matter.
Fair.
Truly enjoyed them all.
Oh my God.
All of them. Okay, where are we at?
Folklore.
I love The One.
The One is good.
And I love Exile.
Yeah.
Even though it's sad and depressing. But I do enjoy it.
Love Exile. And I put Invisible String. But
that is a good one too.
I do feel because I waited to listen to this one for 3 fucking years because I was not mentally stable enough during COVID.
No, I definitely took a while to listen to this one too.
I love a lot of folklore for sure. Like there is rarely a skip. I do like probably also underrated Illicit Affairs, which is like a spicy, but like it's like a shorter song and like I don't know what it is. If it's like the beat or because it's short. I don't know.
I feel
it's
like
storytelling, like August and stuff.
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah, there's a lot on that album too. It took me a while to get into that album because of how much slower paced it was. I think that's the thing is 1989 and Reputation came out and I was like, damn, these are both great albums for like good, just like get you in the zone, boppy type music. And then like Lover came out too. And I feel like I started to fall off a little bit with Lover only because like I don't know what I was doing in life. Yeah, teaching, honestly, like that. Yeah, I was like that was the teaching era for me. But I still would like listen to the songs and be like, oh, I like these. Oh, and also like Lover from Lover. Hello, love that song too. But like all those songs, and then I remember Folklore and Evermore. Like when they came out, I remember being in the gym and putting on one of them. I can't remember which one it was because I was like all excited, like, ooh, look, a new album. And I'm up to date for once. And then I was like, oh, this is not gym music at fucking all. And I think that was like my biggest turnoff. But there were like a couple on there. Like I really enjoyed the one in Exile. And then I'll tell you from what I liked from Evermore. But it was just, it didn't get me in the vibe. So then I feel like I kind of not fell off again, but just like kind of took like a break. I'm like, I like these, but I need something with more energy. Swiftie.
I'm also like, you know, I live in the land of like barely new music land, unless it's on TikTok. So I feel like that also like, is hard sometimes for me.
That's true. So. That is true. Very true.
But Midnights. Oh wait, sorry.
Evermore. No, we gotta do Evermore.
Evermore.
What'd you pick for Evermore?
I have Champagne Problems.
I do like Champagne Problems. I did not put that as my top, but I do like that. I put 'Tis the Damn Season and Long Story Short because I actually really like Long Story Short.
I like those too. I do.
Those are my top two. And I do like Champagne Problems. I would say that from Evermore, those are probably the only 3 songs that I will listen
like,
to
replay
and enjoy.
Or whatever.
Yeah. The other ones I could do without. Because Folklore, I always get the two confused because I feel like they were very similar. Folklore had August and Cardigans on it, right? That was that album. Yeah.
Betty,
so that's the thing. Yeah. I feel like Evermore really like those 3 songs that we just named were the only ones that truly stuck out to me and I enjoyed listening to. The other ones I
know. Just not
too sappy and slow. Just not here for it right now.
Yeah.
But Midnights, again, another one that I could probably listen to every freaking song on and be totally okay. But I did pick 3.
What did you do?
I probably could have picked more. I did Anti-Hero. Because I mean, the minute I heard that, I was like, this is my fucking song. Like the minute that she said, my midnight, what's the line? I'm going to fuck it up.
My midnights come in the afternoon or whatever.
I was like, well, my God, that's me. That's me. My midnights are my afternoon. Yes,
and it
that's
always
me.
Has been.
Yes, that has never changed. It's just gotten worse, progressively worse with children. Maroon, I love that song, and I did Sweet Nothing because I really like Sweet Nothing.
That's good. That shit's good.
I know.
I
always have one sappy.
I know, right? I have Lavender Haze.
I do like Lavender Haze.
Are you ready for the fun fact of the day?
Oh, let's get it.
It's not the only one.
It's not the only one.
Lavender Haze, that line, that thing came from a Mad Men episode that she was watching when you're like in this like lusty situation with your person from Mad Men, which
interesting.
Mad Men.
Very interesting,
right? And I wrote down vigilante shit.
I do like that song too. Again, I could have liked all these songs.
Literally all of them. I feel that was one of my like Apple Music top plays or Spotify or whatever it was for the year. Was like vigilante shows. Like, did I really listen to that much? But like,
apparently
I sharp enough to kill a man. Like, I'm fucking ready to go. And then I do have an honorable mention from Midnights, Bigger Than the Whole Sky. Because I was watching The Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon.
I need to watch that. Everybody says it's really good. Okay. I'll watch it, I promise.
I watched it like as one of my like I'm working but in the background shows. So like was I watching? Was I not? Whatever. There's some really, really, really fucking sad parts.
I've heard.
And the second season like kills the both seasons truly. Like the soundtrack is a fucking one. But the way they use this song, I was like, oh my God, I did not appreciate this song enough.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to give it an honorable mention.
Well, you know what's funny? So Exile, they used that song at the end of, what season was it of You? When he kills her. Or he kills her, right? She's dead? Spoiler alert, the love girl.
Yes, Love Queen.
In case you haven't watched it, guys. I mean, come on.
He cuts off his thumb or toe or whatever and
that
puts it in the
pie.
That
song is playing at the end.
I didn't remember that.
I was like, wow, I really fucking like this song. And then I realized that was the song. And I was like, wow, I really fucking like this song. Like, I didn't know that was that song, even though I hadn't heard it multiple times prior. And I was like, that was like the turning point for me. That was like, I really enjoy this. And I must have listened to that on repeat a few times after. But it was just like a really good fucking song.
I need to re-listen or rewatch You then, apparently, because I didn't notice that.
Yep.
What? Wait. Oh.
Look, I have a fun fact for once.
I know. I freaking love it. Oh, they use Exile in The Summer I Turned Pretty also.
Oh.
They use, I'm going to send you the soundtrack because that shit's so good.
I definitely need to watch that. A lot of people talked highly about it, so I feel as though I need to do it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Wow.
So hopefully, I know, hopefully that like sets the tone for like what people think, you know?
What we like about this album.
Place your guesses right now. What you think our top 5 of the Tortured Poets department is going to be.
I literally put check marks next to songs that I liked as I wrote notes because that was the only way I would remember.
Have to preface by saying I owe the album, the full 31 song album, I owe it another full listen.
31 songs? I thought there were 30. Are there 31 songs?
31, I think.
What? Why did I think there was only 30 songs? I'm going through it. Hold on.
Go, girl. Whatever. I do owe the full re-listen.
Why is mine only showing 17 songs? What is fucking
Oh, you have to click on the
Never mind. It is 31. Wow, why did I think it was 30? Okay. Sorry. Don't know, but it's fine.
Yes. 31. The full anthology version is the word I was looking for. Anthology. I definitely owe it a full because I also listen to it like during work because you know.
Well, and that's I've been like trying to listen to it like during the day, in the car, taking walks with the kids, doing different things. A lot of them like normally Brie would be all about, but they're not boppy enough for her. So
true.
She's not like, wanting to listen to them. Yeah, she's like, this is Taylor Swift. This is not Taylor Swift. This is not the Taylor Swift I know. And I'm like, well, you know what? Sorry, Brie. This is a little bit more intense. Although she was able to listen to Fortnite on repeat a couple of times. So,
all right. I feel like,
how do we want to go about this?
Just give me what you wrote down.
Okay.
And then I'll go. And then we'll just
because I have a lot less.
Okay. Yeah, I have honorable mentions.
I'm gonna preface with this.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the first half of the songs that she came out with at midnight. Most of them I liked. There might have been a couple that I was like, could do without. Not that I could do without. I'm just not going to listen to them on repeat. And again, I am not a true Swiftie. I don't know all of the ins and outs. I don't know the messages behind the words and the songs. So I'm just like going off of what do I enjoy listening to? What is a bop? What am I like? Ooh, I could make a dance up to this because still, you know, as the dancer in me, I'm always like up here like choreography. Maybe that's what I need to do with my life, but I'm always like these songs are, you know, make my wheels turn. So I'm also going to say I was extremely excited and may have been a little too excited for the song with Post Malone, Fortnite. I really do like it. It's still one of my favorites. However, I'm disappointed that he did not have a verse. That is my biggest
had, like,
disappointment.
That little thing at the end.
All he had was the little thing at the end and a couple lyrics like throughout it where they were literally singing together. Which, like,
do you want to know a theory?
Beautiful voices. I do. In 1 second, I will. Beautiful voices together. I was like, wow, these two sound so fucking good together. Love this for them.
Right.
But I just wanted a motherfucking verse from Posty because, as Morgan knows, I am a big Post Malone. Probably, he is my favorite person on the planet Earth. Well, not favorite person on the planet Earth, but favorite artist on planet Earth. He is my Swiftie. He is my my Posty. Right. So when I saw that they were coming out with a song together, I was like, what?
Oh God, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. So I was all hyped thinking like, this is going to be the best fucking song I've listened to all year. And then I was like, where's his verse? Because listen, Florida with freaking, what's her face? Florence the Machine. She had a verse.
Oh yeah.
Where was Post Malone's verse? That's all I'm saying to that. I was very disappointed.
Can I tell you the theory now?
Tell me the theory. Is it going to come at like an unexpected time? Is there a verse and it just didn't get released? Okay. Because like,
no. Okay.
I would be happy about that, but I guess not.
So one of the theories from some TikToker, because I fucking scroll for days, was that that particular song was supposed to feature Maddie Healy. Because I guess there's a lot of like 1975 coded things in there.
That's what people were saying.
Yeah, so like there's like a box thing and him in the science coat and like all these things. So then they like
obviously
a thing, obviously, and so they're like, "What the fuck do we do?"
Makes sense. That would make sense.
Yeah, which like not mad because Post Malone, but
love him.
Also, so curious if that's really what happened.
Right? I mean, it would make sense because I just feel like when you have another artist on a song, they usually have a verse at some point. Like they have a legit verse. I wouldn't say that like what Post Malone has at the end of Taylor Swift's song is a verse. It's just kind of more like an outro.
Right. It does like end it.
Yeah, like a verse is like you have your own lyrics. Like that fucking, what is his name? One of the dudes from fucking what's the stupid band that I don't like? What are they called?
Oh my God.
I'm like going blank. I cannot remember anyone's name right now.
Any song? Give me more. We're playing charades. Give me more.
You light up my world like what's their fucking name? Why can't I think of their name?
One Direction.
Them. I was thinking like 3 Dimension.
Close.
Whoa.
Close.
Not. Is it Niall
Harry Styles?
Who are who are like who make up their band? One of them, I can't think of his fucking name. He just came out with some song. No, it's not Harry Styles. He didn't do a song.
I don't know the rest. So.
One of them, I can't remember his name to save my life, but I really like his one song, and it's called Drunk Dial Drunk.
Yeah, girl, I don't know.
Well, it's a song, and Post Malone's on it, and Post Malone has like a verse in it, and I knew the whole rap I guess he like kind of rap sings, and I was like, see, that's a verse. And I'm pretty sure he's on a Beyonce song, and he also has a verse. I was just looking for the verse, and so I was a little
more. You wanted more.
Sad. I even wrote that. I literally put, just wish they would have had Post Malone have a verse. But I did like the Florida mention at the end.
Yeah, I know. I did also write do you want me to interject or no? You want to?
Yeah, interject. Okay, go for it.
Okay. I also wrote down
the
Fortnite.
Point of this. I don't want to hear myself for the next 10 minutes straight.
I wrote Fortnite down too as a like in my first little listen. Is that because we've heard it the most? Possibly. But I also have to mention some other like theories about the music video and stuff because it's just interesting. I like the background of the thing. So like,
and that's what I'm here for, to hear you tell me the background. Yeah, I don't know jack shit. I'm just here listening to the musicness, the musicality. Yeah,
and I don't know everything, but I'll end up going on our pod TikTok to scroll so that you can start to see the things. But
that's literally the only place I see them. Might I add? Yeah. That's it.
The Fortnite music video is definitely giving Frankenstein.
Right. You were saying that. I saw in the group text yesterday.
Yeah. And her bestie, one of them, is Emma Stone, Taylor. And she was in the recent movie Poor Things, which is it's a journey. That's a journey of a movie. But it also gives Frankenstein, basically. Not to give any of that away. But there's also I know. There's also a little background about like Mary Shelley, who wrote like OG Frankenstein, and she like I don't know all the details. It's on TikTok. Let's be real. But like her husband was cheating with Mary Shelley. Like so there was like a little bit of that going on in there. So like I don't know. I feel like it's very there's a bunch going background information about the music video, which I hope one day we can figure out or like know about.
Yeah.
You know?
It was a good music video. I will say, I told Morgan, I was like, I watched the music video and was like, why does Post Malone's face look so different in one of the scenes? And I was like, oh, because they took his tattoos away. Not to mention somebody on Instagram, I think it was Instagram where I saw it, it was the photo of Post Malone without his face tattoos. And they were like,
who is that?
Like, I don't not like Post Malone. But they
right.
Like, honestly, like he's not bad looking without all the fucking tattoos on his face.
No.
Like, sir, I know that's what makes him him, but I mean, listen, it was so just funny. And then somebody else was like, they need to date. Like, sorry, Travi.
Oh my god.
And then someone was like, he's engaged with a child. But
yeah,
okay.
like calm the fuck down.
Yeah, like no, they're just two really great artists on the same track. But
exactly. Yeah.
Anyways,
right. What else you got?
That's my thoughts on Fortnite since you know that was
I
my biggest thing. I mean, I wrote down a couple songs. I wrote down the Tortured Poets Department because the first time I listened to it, I honestly didn't really like it. But then the second time I listened to it, I was like, oh, wait, I do actually like this.
Right.
Like, it actually sounds good. I feel like it sounded like something on a past album. And maybe that's why it stuck out to me. And some of these, I was like, oh, that sounds like something I feel like I would have heard on a previous
different
album.
Era, yeah.
So maybe. I really like My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys.
Ooh.
Like, that song's been stuck in my head all fucking day. Ooh. Like, it's playing in my head right now as we talk.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do like that. I literally, the first time I listened to it, I wrote, love the beat of this one, can see myself playing this on repeat. This was on Thursday night at midnight when I was listening to it. And then today, when I tell you that I've been playing it on repeat, this song and another song have just been like back and forth, like a ping pong ball.
All right.
Yeah, I was like, wow, look at me fucking go.
Oh my God. Okay, love it.
The ones that you wouldn't expect, right?
No, I know, right?
I did put Florida, and I had to say it like that because the exclamation points. I did write great fucking song, love the beat and the lyrics. As a Floridian, I couldn't agree more with the lyrics. However, I know her lyrics go with something else, which you did send me.
I sent you that theory, yeah.
That was an interesting theory, and I'll let you take the floor for that one because you're the theory queen and I am not. But it was interesting to find that out. Because I was like, oh, I didn't expect it to be about somebody else entirely. Well, theory, possibly.
Who knows? Theory. Conspiracies are real
allegedly.
Here.
Yeah.
Allegedly. There was, I also wrote Florida down. We're biased. We're in Florida.
Yeah.
But it did sound really good, and like loved the Florence and the Machine piece and like all the swamp. Like I was like all the things. I was just like reading the lyrics and I was just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
The TikTok I saw was kind of alluding to like Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas drama because Sophie is a bestie of Taylor as well. And I guess like Joe Jonas is from Texas. There's a Texas line in there. And like Sophie's been staying at Taylor's rented or whatever, her place. And like, yeah, I feel like there's like different little pieces sprinkled in there. And I was like, damn, okay, I love that. And Taylor loves her besties, as we know. And I feel like that was interesting.
I mean, it would make sense. It made sense from the TikTok that you sent me.
Yeah.
So I'm here for it.
What else? What else? Yeah. What else?
Who's Afraid of Little Me? I love this one.
Yeah.
I literally wrote that. Love this one.
Yeah.
I said the beat, the lyrics felt similar but different for her, and I loved it. Possibly one of my toppers. Ooh. I would just like to know that these notes were written at midnight when I listened to the first half.
Oh, yeah.
These were not current notes, but it's funny because these are the ones that I do still enjoy listening to and have been listening to on repeat. So I really like that song. Is there a theory with it?
I don't have a theory, but I do have I'm putting it on the internet that I'm calling a mashup because Taylor was doing some mashups with like new songs, old songs during the acoustic set. And I sent this yesterday to Sam, and I was listening to Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, and I said, I'm calling this mashup with Reputation 1,000,000,000%. Any of these lyrics, and then ... but not this time. Don't blame me. Love me. Like listen to it again and then think of that.
Maybe that's why I like this song so much because I love Don't Blame Me. See,
I have another mashup idea. Hold on, where was it? Oh, well, I'll see what else you have to say and then I'll go into it. But
yeah, I don't have too many like more things that I wrote. I did just write songs down. I do like we don't know if it's Love of My Life or Loss. What was it? Loss of my life.
Loss of my life.
Loss of my life. LOML. LOML. I said that right. Lyrics hit hard, almost made me cry. Where Taylor truly shines in her musical talents are these types of songs.
Yeah.
Personally speaking. I know we texted a little bit about that one.
I was like, oh my God. It's giving Exile. It's giving like
Yes.
I obviously wrote that one down too.
But like I did really like that. And then I did really like I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, which was like right after it. And I liked it was like a little bit more
opposite
upbeat,
almost. Yeah.
Poppy. Definitely enjoyed that. The Albatross I really liked. Just the melody. Gave me folklore vibes. That's what I wrote for that.
Yeah.
So Long London. I went back to that. I didn't like it at first because I didn't give it a chance. Like I should have.
I wrote that down too.
The very first like not even line, just the beginning, like the sound.
Yeah.
I was like,
I wasn't sure either.
And then I was like, oh wait, I should have let it go for like another 10 seconds and I would have realized that I actually like this. So did like that. Down Bad. See, these are just ones I wrote down.
Right.
How did it end? So High School. Thank you, Amy. I wrote the drama. As I was saying before, I didn't know that this was about Kim K. So Morgan informed me of that. And then I put the manuscript. I just love the slowness and the mellowness of it and the lyrics.
Okay.
Because again, this is all coming from the way that I listen to things. I did also say this just because of what I've heard from people and things. I said some songs were definitely very slow and they were harder to get into. 1000%. Felt that on the second half more than the first half.
For sure.
I said a lot of them also sounded similar, which a lot of people were saying in the second half. I feel like those ones flowed a little bit more into one another. But I still think that for her, it's more about the lyrics more than it is about the musical stylings, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I'm not a producer, so I don't know what the words are, but you know.
Yeah, I agree 1000%.
She's a storyteller.
This is her therapy album.
Yes.
Like she let that shit out.
Yeah.
We love that for her.
She said, we're just going to come on out and put it all on paper and let the world know. And like, she's already freaking multi-billionaire. Like, she's not trying to come out to like make the top album of the year. Let's be real.
This wasn't the goal of that.
Exactly.
No, not at all.
This was I just am gonna dish this shit out. That's why there's 30 fucking tracks. Like, here the fuck you go.
And amazing.
Here the fuck you go.
Here the fuck you go. Yeah.
And that was that. And I understand where people are coming from as somebody who is not so Swiftie myself.
Right.
I get it. But at the same time, that's not what she was going for. So listen if you want to, don't listen if you don't want to. There's definitely songs in here that I will be playing on repeat. 1000%.
Yeah.
And some that may come later on.
I mean, like just because you're not ready to have the therapy session with yourself doesn't mean you need to listen to it right now.
Exactly.
Speaking from the girl who waited 3 years to listen to folklore and nevermore. So, all right, let me tell you what I wrote down, which honestly, you literally wrote down every single thing I did. So, of course.
Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, wait, should I say my top songs or are we going to keep that for the very end?
Oh, we get to keep it for the end.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to cover some of the ones over in here. We already covered.
Okay.
So LOML. Loss of My Life. I wrote that down, obviously.
Yes.
I'm a sappy sap, apparently. But again, for the fucking record here.
Yes.
I had sent the note about the mashup with Rep for Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. I also said, I'm calling the LOML White Horse mashup. So go back and listen to White Horse. It's probably been a while.
It's definitely been a while. 1000%.
Listen to that one. I don't know. I honestly, like in my brain, I can't think of it right now. Like I can't think of how the mashup was happening, but I was in the car. And in the car knows all.
That's when a lot of these songs started to really hit, was in the car. And I was like, shit, I really like this.
I wrote down curled up in a ball on the couch at 2:30 in the morning. LOML, like ready to cry. So
it hit hard. I couldn't listen to it more than once because I was like, this was
not
period
ready.
Week for me. I was not mentally okay.
Yeah.
To be doing that to myself.
For sure. I have Down Bad because
yes. I did say that, right? Yes.
If you saw our Instagram story, you'll see what I had shared from TikTok was the girl who was like, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be twerking or crying to this song. And sometimes that's how I feel about life. I have The Albatross, which I have listened to on repeat. And I do feel I have more to say in my notebook here.
Oh, look at that.
About The Albatross, which I had to specifically look up videos about the albatross on TikTok because people aren't talking about it.
Uh-huh.
And I think that shit's fucking gold, personally.
Uh-huh. It is a good song. I really enjoyed it. But is there a message behind it? That's what I'm saying. Is there something that I don't know that I need to know?
This is my theory, because I feel like people that are listening are just like, what's happening? They're not
Mm-hmm.
like deep, like caring about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I have written down that Taylor herself is the albatross, and society, or whoever, ethers of the world, whatever, warn whoever she's with about her. But in the end, society is the one who's gonna fucking stab you in the back. And our girl is gonna be the one to save you. Like,
'tis true. That makes sense.
I felt I just don't know what it was, and I was like, fuck that one.
See, and I'm just over here like, ooh, I like the beat. I like this.
Fair. Also fair.
I just felt like
for some reason.
And the first time I listened to it, I was like, eh. And then the second time I was like, oh, see, this is why I had my notes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that one too was like, it wasn't giving any sort of like, who is this about? Like, it didn't give me any of that. I was truly, really trying not to do that, except for the 2 songs that I'm about to mention that are probably about Travis Kelce, which, like, whatever, it is what it is. But I was trying not to do that too. And I liked that this wasn't like about a person.
Right. Just more like,
it was.
Yeah.
I love that.
Exactly.
I wrote down the manuscript. I don't think I wrote anything else really about it, but I did like it. I like how it like kind of sealed up.
Yes.
Sealed up the album and like get nostalgic and then close the chapter. And then Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Those lyrics are,
I know, I was like, wow. But like so
real.
Yeah. So fucking fitting to how people go about life when they have a broken heart.
Yeah.
Like,
and
truthfully.
It's awful, and I feel extra bad because like we were in Florida for the shows, and like the breakup with Joe was announced like 2 weeks before or whatever. Like we were like, oh, we were the crowd. We were the crowd she's singing. Like we're the crowd she's singing about. We are cheering for you, and you're gonna want to kill yourself. So like that fucking sucks. But I did like those lyrics of like how deep they cut, and it was also one of those like, do I bop or do I like cry and feel bad?
I know, because it like had a really good beat, but it was like the lyrics are like so hard hitting and sad.
What else?
But it's like relatable, and I think that's the thing. Like when I listen to her songs, a lot of them, and this is the same with like when I was saying 1989, like whatever I was going through in that moment, like it's very relatable, and I enjoy that.
Yeah,
and
me too.
That's the thing is, unless you're like going through like a tough time or a heartbreak or whatever, like some people are not going to listen to this and be like, oh wow, I love this, because they're not in that mindset right now. If I was going through a heartbreak or something, like this would be fucking on repeat, like half the songs on here every single freaking day.
Yeah. On
but
the ground.
It's like, that's why something I can't get 100% into, because I'm not in that mental state of mind, and I don't want to be. But that's okay. There are other songs that I really enjoy, even if I don't feel like the lyrics are fitting for my life right now.
Exactly.
The whole point of storytelling.
And if I can't have him in Down Bad, I'm like, ooh, don't relate to that line.
Good
but
fucking
I
song.
Fucking bop.
Yes.
Exactly. And I think the only other note was So Long London. I did the same thing as you. I was kind of like brushed it off, and then I listened to it again. I'm like, oh.
Well, you said something about like number 5 on the album being like a top hitter.
I don't know if it's her favorite or what it is.
Well, what was like, I'm interested to know like what number 5 was on previous albums, because were they songs that one would be like, oh yeah, that's a really good fucking song?
I want to say it was maybe Tolerate It for one of them, but 5 I think is either like her favorite or like, see, this is why we needed Sam, because she fucking knows the things.
It is true.
Let me see. Yeah, like Lover. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, what's number 5 on Lover? 1, 2, 3, 4. The Archer. Am I right or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Up?
Yeah.
I mean, The Archer is a good song.
All You Had to Do Was Stay. Like,
what's it on?
I don't remember.
Folklore? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dear John.
My Tears
I feel
Ricochet.
Like that's the one. That's the one. It's supposed to. I think it's like the hard hitters. Dear John, which I did not mention, but like I also would have written that one down. What else?
White Horse. No, yeah, White Horse.
You're
is
on
Fearless.
Your Own Kid. You're on Your Own Kid from Midnight.
Oh.
But I think 5 is like a special spot.
All Too Well is 5 for Red, which would make sense.
So, okay.
I could see that.
You'll see. You'll see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the So Long London, like the very first 10 seconds, 20 seconds, I was just like, ugh. And then I was like, I know. Oh,
right. I literally did the same thing. Yeah. Sometimes
I don't give them a chance. And there were literally songs on there on Thursday night that I listened to and I was like, I don't know if I like this. And then I listened to it again and I was like, okay, actually I kind of like this.
Right?
And I just kept listening to it over and over and I was like, I'm pulling a Brielle right now and I'm listening to the same thing. But luckily I have like 5 songs that I just kept like circulating through. Like there's always like 5 songs that like I like and I'm not just talking about Taylor Swift. I'm just saying in general when some person, like a new release, artist, band, whatever they are, releases an album. Like I did it with Blink-182. I did it with Post Malone. All of their recent albums, I was like, there's like 5 songs that I just like circulate through. And I just do it until I get sick of them. But
I can't wait to like give this a minute to settle and then like to do another full re-listen and like see how I feel. Because like obviously I'm gonna play these ones over and over again. But like but there's definitely gonna Black be Dog. Ones... I feel like there's other ones in there that like were good and I like definitely owe them.
Well, that's the thing, and it's chance. Like I feel like where did it stop and restart? Was Clarabow the last one?
And last one, yeah.
Okay. So like, yeah, like the second half, there were just like, I mean, I did like I Hate It Here. The Bolter that I told you. I don't know why I look at that and see Troy Bolton. I mean, only see Troy Bolton when I
High School Musical is like, wait, did I send? Oh, I sent you the thing that was like the music video of Taylor Swift and Post Malone, and they're like,
oh yes,
with typewriter,
fluff, and it was like, and the girl was talking about Harry Potter. Yep,
I was
just like all the things.
I was fucking dying. I was
that
like,
is hilarious.
Our girl may have given us a Harry Potter Easter egg, and I'm not mad.
There's a possibility. It makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. There were some that like really like some, but then I'm also like, okay, maybe you can answer this. Maybe you don't know the answer to this. Obviously, with the Thank You, Amy, it made sense why she had some capitalized. Now, why is like I'm gonna get you back all lowercase and one whole word?
Oh, I don't know.
And like, why is Loss of My Life LOML all lowercase?
Listen,
I have questions. Like, there's got to be a reason for it. Right?
Our girl has reasons for everything. Like, do not write it off. There is a reason.
Because I was like, sure. Like 3, I understand.
So like there was the theory that like Florida had 3 exclamation points because of like was she like did something happen the third night concert in Florida, which is the one I was at. But like,
could it be? I was wondering that too. I was also like, maybe she's just like, Florida. Excuse me.
Just yelling.
Florida. Fuck it. Florida.
I love all of
this.
Fuck
me up, Florida.
I know. But literally. A wild ride. It's been a wild ride this weekend.
I know. I told Morgan last night, I'm like, I feel like I'm doing a research project, but like a fun one.
We are.
I literally just had my AirPod and just like listening to music whenever I got the chance. When I wasn't notes. Mothering. Yeah. Yep, writing my little notes.
No,
then we'd go in the car and do a trip, and I'd be like, "We're listening to Taylor Swift."
Yeah.
Or in your case, be Taylor Switch. You're gonna be confused because this isn't Cruel Summer, but it's okay.
Oh, I love it so much.
He loves it.
I mean, we did great, and we did obviously have. Wait,
tell me your top songs, though.
Oh, well, I would say the Albatross is like number 1.
Okay.
And
give me top 3 because I have at least 3.
Yeah, I'd say because I wrote them like I was like, is this in order? I don't think so. I do feel like it's Albatross, LOML, and Down Bad.
Oh, so different than mine.
I know.
So different.
I need to give the toy one a listen again because I wasn't expecting that from you.
Right. I wasn't expecting it from me either because the first time I listened to it, I was just like, okay. But then I remember writing that in my notes that I felt like I would replay or listen. Oh no, that was for which one did I say I was going to listen? No, yeah. Can see myself playing this on repeat, which was so funny to me because I listened to that once on Thursday night. I didn't listen to it at all yesterday, like not one time. And then today I listened to it in the car and I was like, wait a second, I really fucking like this. And then I just kept playing it.
To it.
So I wouldn't say that's my number one. My number one would have to be Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. I really like that song. Like truly enjoy it a lot.
Too.
But then I would say that My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys is number 2. And then, I mean, I do have to give it to Fortnite because I do enjoy the song.
It's good.
I just really, really wish
more posty.
There was more posty, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. And then Florida and LOML would probably come in like 4th tied.
Yeah.
Because I did really like both of those too.
That's my other ones were Florida and Fortnite. So
yeah,
we just
But it's just close. So funny that those toppers, man. But it makes sense when you think about the things that we liked from past albums.
I know. Let us know. Give us all the tea on what you think we would like if we didn't mention it. Because maybe
we need to just like listen to it again.
Because like a hardcore Swiftie might listen to us and hear that we like all of these other ones, like Haunted, and be like, girl, you need to re-listen to the Black Dog or whatever the fuck and start the fuck over. And I'll be like, I trust you with my life. So yes, I will. Yes, I will do that.
Yeah.
So please tell us. Give us the fucking tea.
And I'm just going to say this for the people that like I've heard say, oh, this album, like, I don't know if I can get behind stuff. Maybe give it another chance. I truly felt that way on Thursday night, yesterday morning. I don't remember what day it was. I was like, oh, some of these songs I just don't know if I can get behind. But then like I gave them another chance. Yeah. And now I'm like, wait, I like a lot more songs than I thought I did. Like it just took me a couple of days. But truly, I feel like I do this all the time.
With music,
like, albums come out and I'm just like so hyped and then I'm like, but then I'm like, no, actually I fucking love this. Like a lot of people did not like Post Malone's new album that he came out with recently. Well, I mean, I guess it was like almost a year ago, but still like that album, his Austin album, a lot of people were like, this is too slow. He has a lot of slow songs on here and he also doesn't have a lot of rap. And it's like, because he's branching out and he's a very talented artist. He can do like, all different styles of music. And he's not like his rapper self that he once was. Like he's venturing out and trying new things. He's going to be on a song with Morgan Wallen. Like he's doing it all.
I know. Like let him do the things.
But it's like, I listened to that whole album and there definitely were songs that I was very iffy about when I first heard them, but then like I listened to them again and I'm like, wait, I fucking love all of this. Like, what am I saying? Like, this is still a really great album. So I feel like sometimes you just have to give it like another opportunity to show itself that maybe, I don't know. I feel like I judge things too quickly sometimes.
Or if you're not ready.
Well, I'm like yesterday, like I was
ready to hear it. I mean,
in a good mental space. Morgan knows this. I wanted to kill a bitch, but like it wasn't a good day for me to want to listen to a sappy soundtrack because I wasn't going to be like, oh yeah, this is great right now. Like, let me go freaking slit my wrist in the corner. But like, no, I need to be like in a good headspace and be like, oh, I really do like this.
Yeah.
I can get behind this. So I don't know. This was fun. I'm glad that we finally got to talk about it.
I know.
I not have to be all secretive.
I was like,
I know. I'm sure you were dying more than I was because I was just like
dying because you and like, Sam hadn't listened, and I was like,
oh my god,
what am I supposed to do with my hands and my feelings? Like, and I was like, thank God Corey was just like, he was letting me give him the tea because
that is so funny.
I fucking needed to let it out, so it was really funny. So give us your reviews. We'd love to hear it.
Yes, leave them in the comments. Go on our pages, social media pages. Let us know on there.
Yeah.
And we will
subscribe on YouTube and follow us on
Spotify,
Maybe One More Podcast,
Apple Podcast, all of
Instagram,
the things. TikTok, everything. We are there, and we will be back next week too.
Thursday.
We're gonna post this, and then
y'all
on Thursday
get a bunch of shit from us.
We're gonna do another one. I don't know what we're doing. Did we figure out what we want to do? We are gonna do YouTube, and then we're gonna do the postpartum one.
Yeah.
I just had to make sure because we kind of we had a
we roller coastered a little bit.
We had a minor issue with filming, recording, whatever you want to say. But we had stuff. It's okay because we had stuff in the queue. So
yes.
If you haven't checked out that episode either, it's fucking hilarious. Morgan and I play a card game.
Truth or drink, baby. Truth or drink.
I mean, it gets pretty fucking comical.
All I have to say is 2 girls, 1 taco. And I'll leave it at that.
And that is it. Let's just say it starts out very innocent and it just gets it just goes downhill.
I can't. I fucking love it.
The entire thing. Not even just the cards. Just everything as a whole.
Everything.
So
and you have to watch it too, because Steph definitely spats out a drink on camera. So it's a good time. It's a good time.
Speaking of which, not to go off, can I just tell you how I was going through this bag before we get off of here? And I was like, oh, what is that thing in my bag? And I was like, I still have the fucking candy you gave me. It is still in this bag. Like Laffy Taffies, all of it.
Well, waiting for you. Perfect. Oh my God.
Was just so funny. I'm like, what is nostalgic in my bag that's yellow and blue?
That's hilarious. The Laffy
candy. Candy is in my bag. So
we love you all.
Right. Love you all. For now. And happy Taylor Swift listenings.
Yes. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.